Hello everybody, today I'm going to be making capirotada, and this is a real good Mexican dessert that we use for Easter or for the Good Friday dinner. So for right now I have 8 pieces of bolillo that I'm going to be using and one butter stick, and I have the plantain already fried over here that I'm going to be using, but you can use regular banana soup. So far I'm gonna start by cutting the bread, and then I'm gonna toast it in the oven. Okay, over here I have my cooking sheet, and I put a wax paper in it because I'm gonna be toasting the bread right here. And I have the melted butter here. I already melted, so I'm gonna start cutting the bread, and the bread is already hard. I bought it and I just put it to the side until it got hard. So now I'm gonna cut it, and I'm making the slices like this, not too thin or not too thick. Okay, you can always buy the bread toasted too. They sell it in the store already toasted, but I like to do my own. So I'm gonna put this one to the side. So I already have my bread over here cut in pieces like this. So we're gonna be putting the butter. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put butter in here. So I'm gonna do piece by piece and put it over here by the cooking sheet. Put a couple here. And you can do it on top of the stove if you want to too. But I think it's more easy when we do it in the oven. So I'm gonna finish doing all the bread like this, and then we go to the next step. Okay, and here's the bread. So now I'm gonna take it to the oven. Okay, so I put it in the oven so it can get toasted. So now I'm gonna flip it over, and it doesn't take long. Okay, and back in the oven. Okay, it's done. So I'm gonna remove it, put it to the side, and I'm gonna do the rest of them. Okay, so I finished toasting the bread, so it looks like this. And over here I have the pilonsillo, and I'm using 4 because I don't find the big ones. But if you find the big ones, use only one big one. So I'm gonna be using 4 small ones. 2 cups of milk, and I'm using lactose milk, but you can use the regular one. I have the Vainilla I'm gonna be using is this one. And I'm gonna be using 1 can of condensed milk and 1 evaporated milk, 1 cup of water, and 1 cinnamon stick. Okay, so here I'm gonna start with the cinnamon and the cup of water. I'm gonna put it here, and the piloncillo. So I'm gonna put it here on the stove until it dissolves. And it's taking a little time, but it's almost there. Okay, so we can start putting all the milk. So the piloncillo is dissolving in the water. And over here, I put 2 tablespoons of water, and I'm gonna put 1 teaspoon of cornstarch. And I'm gonna mix it good, and then just put it to the side. Okay. So looks like the piloncillo, it's already dissolved. So now I'm going to be putting the 2 cups of milk and the evaporated milk. And the condensed milk, okay? And we're going to be mixing. I'm going to put just a pinch of salt. It's optional if you want to put it or not. But I always do when I do sweet desserts. Put just a pinch of salt. Now it's time to put the vainilla. And keep on mixing. So keep on mixing. And this capirotada is like a bread pudding. At this point, I think I'm going to remove the cinnamon stick. And it started to boil already. So now I'm going to put the cornstarch. And if you want it more thicker, you can put a tablespoon of cornstarch. But I'm only using 1 teaspoon. And keep on moving in here. So now I'm going to turn it off and put it to the side, okay? You see how it looks. And always the sweet, it's on your taste, okay? And I have the rest of the ingredients here. And for this dessert, we don't need much. So over here, I have the toast that I did in the oven with butter. And over here, I have coconut and I roasted. And I have the plantains that I fried right there. And if you don't like plantains, you can replace them for just a regular banana. And over here, I have the raisins, so I'm gonna be using the yellow ones. And I have cranberries, 1 orange, and I have cheese right here, and cinnamon and powder. And I have the sprinkles here that I'm gonna be using, okay, for decorations. So I'm gonna start. And I have the milk that we did on the stove right here. And I have this container where I'm going to put the capirotada. So I'm going to butter it first. And then I'm going to start putting the bread over here, okay? And there's people that they put a tortilla on the bottom. But I'm not going to do it. I just going to put the butter. Okay, so I have the milk here. And I'm going to be using this because the milk still hot. I'm going to wet the bread and put it right there. So I already put the first layer. And I'm going to put more milk in here on top. Okay, there. So now I'm going to put the rest of the ingredients. So I'm going to put the raisins. But I like using these ones. I think they're bigger too. Cranberries. And the cheese. The cheese, I cut it in small pieces like this. Like little squares. A little of the nuts. Coconut. And it's optional if you want to roast it or you just want to put it, the way it is. But I think when it's toasted, it has a different flavor. Put it there. And now I'm gonna do the plantains. And you can also put guava, but I didn't find any in the store. So I'm not putting any. Okay, now we're gonna start putting the second layer. And with the 8 French breads, you have enough for a bigger capirotada than this. If you want to make it smaller, you can always just do like around 5 French breads or 4. That's good enough for a small one. Okay, so I did the second layer. So I'm going to put a little cinnamon on top, powdered cinnamon. And you can do it on the first layer too if you want to. So I'm only putting just a little bit on top. And I'm going to start putting everything I put in the first layer, okay? And you can also put almonds if you want to. And I'm going to put another layer here, okay? Oh, I was forgetting the coconut here. So just going to put it here. So I finished the third layer. So I'm going to put everything on top. And then I'm going to put it in the oven. Put the cinnamon here. And I'm going to put the rest of the milk in here. Whatever is left, just put it all the way on the top. So I'm going to put the plantain first. And now I'm going to put the nuts in here. And the raisins. Went over there. And the cranberries. There. And now it's time for the orange. And the coconut. And you can decorate your capirotada the way you want it. And now the cheese on top. And the cheese is gonna melt on the top when we cook it in the oven. And I already turned on the oven on 215. And I'm gonna put it in for about 20 to a half an hour in the oven, okay? Want every space to have cheese. Okay, now it's time for the sprinkles. And now we're gonna take it to the oven, okay? So it's already in the oven. We're gonna leave it there for 20 minutes or 30 minutes, okay? Depending on the oven. It's looking like this, so I'm gonna give them another 5 minutes and then I'm gonna turn it off, okay? So it's already done. I'm gonna turn off the oven and take the capirotada out, okay? We finished cooking the capirotada, so now I'm gonna cut the piece. This is the way it looks and it's real tasty. I already tried it. This is how the capirotada looks and it's a real tasty dessert and we use it for the Good Friday. And thank you for watching all my videos. Like and subscribe.